Hello everyone! Thank you very much for clicking on this video, and again I feel honored to do this reading for you and for you allowing me to talk to your soul, because I really do enjoy that. Thank you very much. So we are going to ask your soul what this reading is going to be about. All the souls. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, this reading today is actually really a really interesting energy. It's a bit confusing. See, my voice is leaving me, so it feels like some souls are here that are indeed a bit confused to what's going on within them. In the outer world, it's like a relation between our inner life, let's call it, and the outer world. It seems some feel a bit lost, and some of us feel a bit lost. And in that case, it's quite good that we are here and that we can talk about that. And I just want to say to all our souls that we understand we aren't lost. We do not need to be anywhere. There is no place that we need to feel as though we belong. We do not have to search for such a place. We will feel like we belong at the place where we want to. It's nearly like pinpoint a specific country that you want to, a specific place, let's say, that you want to feel comfortable in and that you want to be yourself at. And what they basically say is that you can search all you want. What makes you feel comfortable at the place is when you feel comfortable with yourself, which is why some of us probably feel really comfortable being alone, because we feel comfortable with the version we are when we are by ourselves. And I feel like there are definitely some souls here that really do not like, or we do not like, not our souls, but we do not like being with people, because we do not like the way we react to people, we respond to people. Basically, we do not like ourselves in a situation where we are surrounded by people. And I feel like it's not per se that we do not like ourselves, but we kind of don't know ourselves. We feel sometimes when we get home, we sit in our bed and think, who was that? I have no idea why I reacted this way, what I said, even, I don't know. And often these kinds of feelings occur when we do not really feel comfortable with ourselves, when we do not feel comfortable with ourselves, or simply the version we are. And I have experienced that when we do not like this version of ourselves and only like ourselves when we are in a specific place or when we are alone, then that often indicates that we do need to look at our self-love, let's call it a little bit. Exactly. First, we are not supposed to be anyone. What kind of expectations people have of you, of your behavior, of how you react, of who you are, does not have to influence who you want to be, who you are. You do not have to fit or adjust yourself to any expectations there are of how people think you are. You are to focus a bit more on yourself. Who am I? There is no way that you can completely understand who you are, what you like, what you dislike, where you want to go. There is no way you can understand yourself completely, but that's not the goal. The goal is to feel a bit more like yourself, to feel comfortable with the version, with the person you are. And how can we work on that? Let's take a card for that question. How can we work on this feeling that we want to feel comfortable with the version we are? Okay, so there is definitely there's a few things here. Some of us have a part of themselves they have not yet completely lived, be it spirituality, which I definitely think is for many of the souls present the case. Many of them want us to look a bit more into spirituality, into this part of ourselves that can talk to the souls, to other energies, higher energies, to Mother Earth. Definitely this third eye opening, let's call it. And the other things are just some interests. Some people have not completely lived interests they have. I call it hiding ourselves, hiding what we like, who we are. For example, we are very interested in one kind of music, but that doesn't really fit the image we have at school or at work or in our family. And so we do not really tell anyone that we like this kind of music, because we would feel even more uncomfortable. But by expressing what you like, and I think a big part of learning yourself to live yourself a bit more is setting boundaries. That's a big thing. When you know what you like, what you dislike, and when you express that, when you tell people, I do not like waiting that long for you to come, when we had a specific time we would meet up, I kind of feel uncomfortable with that. When you express that in a nice way, there's nothing wrong with that, and that will help you feel more comfortable with yourself, because you can tell people who you are, you can show people who you are. And not only that, but also this kind of telling people what you like, or you don't have to tell them, but simply living what you like. So listen to the music you like, even if people are around that may not know what you like. Or let's say you like to dress a specific way, but feel uncomfortable doing so in the presence of specific people because they have a different image of you. Well, how will you ever feel comfortable with these people in these situations when you cannot express, when you cannot feel comfortable with the person you are in that situation. So there's definitely like a little bit of advice here on this part, that you can express yourself and that you then will feel more like yourself again. That you then will be able to feel comfortable with people who you haven't felt comfortable with in quite a long time. And I feel like for some of us, it's even family, not feeling comfortable in family. So like I said, how would you feel comfortable with your family if you do not feel comfortable with the version of yourself you are when you are with them? So simply live, with the version you feel most comfortable with. Let's say you are a very spiritual person, but your family is following a specific kind of religion that does not allow you to, lay cards or something like that. Then, well, how would you ever feel comfortable when not living yourself? Living this part you feel comfortable with when you're with your family, then it is very likely that you do not feel comfortable within your family. And so you can always, tell yourself that simply because I may see things a little differently, or I still follow that religion but have some things to add or something, I am not a different person. I am still the person I am. And if people think that that makes me a different person, that is their problem and not mine. If I do not have a problem with my family, with the people in my family, then I am allowed to feel comfortable whether they like this version of myself or not. That is their problem. That is their matter, not mine. My job is simply to express myself. So you do not have to start a conversation or an arguing of any kind. You can simply live yourself that you feel comfortable with. And you do not have to hide. It's very important. You are perfect the way you are. And you are perfect. The way you want to express yourself is perfect. And as long as it only includes your life and yourself, that is totally fine. You do not have to fit into any society, into any workplace, school. You are just here to live yourself and not to fit any expectations of anyone. It's just important for me to point that out, to make you acknowledge that you are allowed to feel comfortable with yourself. You do not have to, you do not have to hide yourself for anyone. It's so important. I feel like crying again. I really, really, really hope all of us can learn from this message, that we are allowed to love ourselves, and there is no reason not to. Because any version, you do not have to hate any version of yourself. You are you, and if you are different with your family than in school and you are annoyed by that, that is fine too, but you have no reason to be annoyed. You can just simply be who you are. And if you are annoyed by being someone else, then be yourself. Be yourself. It's only in your head. There is no circumstance where you cannot be yourself in, is what I'm going to assume. Now, I thank you very much for allowing me to talk to your soul and to do this reading. And thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you. Bye bye.